Hello, Sonora. Can I get a no kings?
No kings!
I think we can do that better. No kings!
No kings!
It is so great to be back here to speak with you today at this pivotal moment. I'll start by thanking Tuolumne County Indivisible and Jesse for inviting me to speak with you today. My name is Sean Frame, and some of you may remember I ran against Tom McClintock. I thought he'd get a little more, vigorous booing, but that's okay. We know it's sad that he's still here representing you all in the most beautiful place you could live on earth, the Sierra Nevada. And I say that as someone who lived a quarter of my life here in the Sierra foothills. We raised our kids in these mountains, and I served my community, Placerville, for 9 years as a school board trustee. When I ran for Congress here, the entire focus of my campaign was simple. This is home. I realize in these times we live in now, this may seem quaint and maybe even a touch naive, right? But home is what unites us. I could walk into any watering hole in this town. It wouldn't take me more than a minute to get into an argument with somebody about the national issues we fight about online all day and all night. But if I walked in and started up a conversation about affordable homeowners insurance, or the lack of rural health care, or the lack of child care and affordable housing, I would find people who might disagree with me about many things who would agree with me, because it is about what happens when you live here. So on this day, we're gathered with very real concern about national issues, like people being arrested and detained based on the color of their skin without any due process, under the guise of immigration policy, or international issues like our government's ongoing support for a genocide in Gaza. It almost sounds ridiculous to talk about local issues, but yet I'm going to do it anyway, because I think that's a key to how we get out of this authoritarianism. So, this is home. I joined you here today because when we build a resistance, we're going to need everyone. We cannot do this alone. And I know you think the person who lives down the street from you, who never talks about politics, probably isn't the person you want to organize with, but it turns out we're going to need them. The person who proudly displayed a MAGA flag a year ago but maybe took it down, we're going to need those people too. Because this is an all hands on deck situation. This is authoritarianism. This is fascism. We need the students at the high schools and college who have checked out of politics because they haven't seen a politician or heard a politician talk about the things that matter to them. We need the retirees who came here to live out their golden years and thought they were done with all this, but just found out that telemedicine is no longer covered by their Medicare. We need those folks. We need young families who relocated here or moved back for the quality of life in this town and are having a hard time affording the rent and seeing their school and child care get defunded. We need the small business owners who are watching the premium supports for their health care and the health care of their employees disappear. We need agricultural and casino workers who are afraid to show up at work because they're afraid they might be detained based on how they look. We also need the farmers and ranchers who have been here for generations and are watching tariffs destroy everything that their families have worked for. We need everybody if we're going to push back. Can I get a no kings?
No kings!
So how do we get everybody on board? We take the time to talk about the challenges we are all facing. When the FAIR plan doubles in cost, put together a town hall and come up with ways that we can make our communities fire safe. Insurance. When ACA premiums become unaffordable and our local hospitals close, organize a medical ride share for people to get down the hill and get the health care that they need. When you're dropping off your child at school and you hear another parent talking about the fact that they can't find affordable health care, set up a parents group. Provide in-home care. These are the things that we can do together because they solve the problems we have here in our home. Once we've organized around the issues that matter to us, then we need to engage this newly organized community in the project of restoring our democratic republic. This is how we build a movement. This is how we remove a king and his court. We talk about this place. We talk about home. We strengthen our community because this is about us, all of us. No kings.
No!